Hello, my friend. Welcome in. How have you been? Wonderful. You're just on time for your appointment. No worries. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've seen you. Let me review your file, make sure nothing has changed. All right, and to make sure I have the correct file pulled up, since we do value our client's privacy, can you please confirm your name for me? Spelling? Thank you. Okay. And your physical address for mailing? Of course. Is that zip code still the same? Perfect. And your phone number, please. Yes, with the area code first. Thank you. Okay. And so today you are in looking for some bracelets, correct? I certainly hope so. That's what I have selected for you. Yes. All right. And are these going to be for you, for a gift? Okay. All right. We'd just like to see. No problem. And do you know if there's a preference on material or coloration, gold, silver, bronze? I know mocha is the color of the year. Any? Okay. Sure. All right. So let's get started, I think, shall we? I'm very excited. I have selected for you not only some of our best sellers, but some that I think you would appreciate as an individual. I know we've kind of gotten to know each other a bit over our last few sessions. So, as always, between each one, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the selections. As always, there is no pressure to buy anything. We do not work on commission. So I only hope to do well so that I don't waste your time. My time is your time, so do not worry about anything on my end, okay? There is no pressure to buy anything. If nothing strikes your fancy, then all I have to offer is my apologies for wasting your time, okay? Beautiful. So where shall we begin? I think we'll start more with the costumey side of things, so to speak. Maybe a better way to phrase it would be more of an everyday wear versus costumey. More of an everyday wear, and then work our way up to some of the more potentially elegant pieces. I think everything that I have here could be dressed up or down. It just depends on the personality of the wearer. I personally don't like to save pieces for like special occasions. Every day is a special occasion, so that's just my little speech. You do whatever works for you, of course. But let's start with this one, shall we? Especially with the upcoming season. This one is perfect for if you are a spooky friend that likes to live spookily only during the Halloween months. This could be for you. If you are someone who lives the Halloween lifestyle year-round, I love that for you. This might be more of an everyday piece. As you can see, there are skulls around, I would say, 3/4 of the bracelet. They are silver and they are metal. They're not plastic. They are braided into, let me see if I flip that around. There we go. They're braided into the material of the bracelet, so they are stationary. They're not going to slide everywhere. They are very securely put into the bracelet. It works with a slip knot, so that will tighten the bracelet up for you. You can have it be as tight as you want or as loose as you want, potentially even working as an anklet if that is something that you would be interested in. I have this bracelet and I really enjoy wearing it. There is very low maintenance on this bracelet. It dries quickly if it gets wet. It is very easy to wear, again, as tightly as you want or as loosely as you want. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 very detailed skulls all over this bracelet. I kind of think it might have been better if they went with 13, if we're going for a spooky vibe, but I think, maybe the superstition of the number 13 might have been maybe a little bit much. It is on a black cord. It's not leather, it's not suede, it's just a black nylon cord, I suppose. Very sturdy knotting, so it's not going to fray, it's not going to come apart. As you can see, the knotting detail is on either side of the skulls to hold them in place, and between each skull there is a knot as well. So if the bracelet does happen to snap, say right here, all of these are not going to fall off. They will all stay put. It would be unfortunate, but it's not going to be a major mess. So, what do you think about that one? We are running a Summerween sale on all of our Halloween merchandise, so that one is on sale right now for $5. We do have it in different colors. We have it in orange, of course. We have it in white, the cording. The skulls we do offer in the silver and also a gold. But we can get the cording in really just about any color. So if you'd like to customize that to a different color for the skulls, we can certainly do that. There's no additional charge for that. Just let us know what your preference would be if you're interested. Not for you today, of course. No worries. That sale will be going on for the entire month of July, so if you change your mind, do feel free to come back. That's not a problem. Great question. When it's not on sale, it normally sells for $15. So if you decide closer to Halloween, you're feeling a little spooky and you want to come back, no worries. That will certainly be here for you then. Next, we have this beautiful silver and black stoned bracelet. As you see, there is no noticeable clasp, but there's no stretch. So, how does one get this bracelet on? Interestingly, there is a magnetic clasp there. It is extremely secure, and all of the stones are alternating ovals and circles. They are all black with the silver detailing on the bracelet itself. And then the clasp just sits right in there like so. It's very comfortable to wear. It is 365 degrees all the way around, alternating with the stones. This one does come in gold, but the stone colors do not change. So it will be black stones all the way around with this one. As you can see, the oval stone sections are a little bit different than the ones with the circles. There you go. Nice view for you right there. It does have a distressed age look to it. This does have a little bit of age on it, but it is really lovely. Again, as with the other, all of them actually can be dressed up or dressed down. But we do also carry that in gold, like I said, with the black stones as well. That one is not on sale today, but it does sell for $25. So what do you think? Not for you? Okay. May I ask why, just for our own inventory purposes? See if there's anything else that you would like. Of course. Thank you for your honesty. We appreciate that. All right, well, we have another one kind of along the same lines. It is in the distressed silver look, but instead of black stones, we have blue in this as well. It looks like a really light periwinkle blue, perhaps an aquamarine type setting. And as with the last bracelet, this one also has a really lovely magnetic place there. I like these kinds of settings. Look how strong that is. That's very strong. It's not going to go anywhere. I like these kinds of clasps. I have a hard time saying that word. Clasps for bracelets over like a lobster claw, because that way you're not going to break a nail trying to get it on and off. And all you have to do is get it close enough and it will find itself. That's very nice, especially when you're by yourself trying to put on your jewelry. But as you can see, this is very lovely. all the way around, same detailing. It's very similar bracelet. It's just that the stones are a different color. And we can get this one as well in the gold tone, or as you see here in the silver. It's really lovely. And like I said, very secure. This is not going to accidentally come off. I mean, I'm really pulling here and it's staying set. So all you have to do is kind of twist it a little bit to break that magnetic bond, and then it just comes right off. This is really stunning. And if you wanted to layer them together, I dropped one. I know stacked bracelets right now are very popular. That would look really lovely together, or one on each wrist, two on each wrist, however you'd like to do it. They are metal, no plastic, and just really nice. So what are your thoughts on that one, if I may ask? Perfect. That is also selling for $25, yes. Not today. That's okay, of course. All right. I appreciate your honesty on that. Okay, next we have a very delicate piece on a simple chain. It has a heart charm, as you see here, that is on a toggle clasp. Now, between you and me, these are not necessarily my favorite clasps for bracelets and necklaces, because I often worry when I'm wearing them that they're going to become unclasped and I'm not going to notice. But alas, they are a very popular way of having this kind of a clasp. So it just slides through right there. And it's like a little heart charm that comes off. It is really lovely though. It's a very pretty little heart. A simple chain all the way around for the bracelet. It is not adjustable. It is kind of a one size fits all, or fits most. But that is lovely. We do have it in black, which is really lovely, especially this time of year. We have it in gold, and then we also do have it in a mocha color, which is kind of like a bronze. We have another example of a mocha we will get to in a little bit, but for this particular bracelet, the only color we have on the floor is just the silver. But like I said, we are happy to get whatever color. And this is selling. It's not on sale, but it is selling for $5. So what are your thoughts on that? Oh, you'll take it. Wonderful. And the black, of course. I'm so happy we found something for you. All right, I'm going to set that there to the side so I don't forget it. Perfect. Okay, and here's another fairly simple staple piece. This is just a silver beaded bracelet on an elastic band. They are not individually knotted in between, so if this does happen to snap, say goodbye to your beads. But it is a fun staple, especially if you're into layering bracelets. You cannot go wrong with one of these. We do offer it in this silver. We also offer it in a gold, black, bronze. I believe we even have like an electric blue, just for a fun pop of color, if you're interested in that. They are plastic beads. There is nothing fancy necessarily about this, but we do all need the staple pieces in our wardrobe, right? So there you go. I think some people are even using it as a hair tie in their hair. That could certainly be an option if you were interested in that. And that one is our most affordable. That is only $2.50. But really, for a staple piece, you just can't go wrong, I don't think. So, what are your thoughts on that? You'll take 10. Okay. Do you want them all in one color, or do you want different colors? Okay. 5 each of the black and silver. Wonderful. Lovely. Yeah, I know. You just need to have the staple pieces sometimes. Let's move up here. Kind of along those lines. These are wooden beads, again on an elastic band. They are very large beads. I would say maybe about the size of a grape. And they fit really comfortably on the wrist. One size fits most. And I don't think this would make a good hair tie, but certainly you do you. I don't think there's a lot of room for that on this one. fun to play with, though, honestly. It gets a little mesmerizing. It's like a fidget toy. Each bead is kind of a purple, deep purple color with different variations on every bead. It's almost like a marble. No two beads are the same, as you can see. But really, to notice this kind of detail, you have to be very close up to it. Some of these beads are a little bit scuffed. Obviously, you would get a new one. This is just the floor model. This has been through a lot, bless its heart. But it is a good staple piece if you like a larger bead versus the smaller beads of what we had last time. It's just fun to play with, honestly. I spend a lot of my day just doing this. It's just a good time. I'm glad we have this floor model because I would be very upset if we ever had to sell it because it's just so much fun to play with. Anyway, that is selling right now for $7 because the beads are a little bit larger. So what are your thoughts on that? We can get the beads in different colors, of course. We have them in white, in a deep red, a hunter green, a gold, and a silver tone. Not for you. I understand. Of course. No worries. Okay, next we have what appears to be more vintage. This is really lovely. Let me get this open for you. There we go. So these are glass beads with a rose gold or a copper bronze setting around each one. We have 1, 2, 3 white opalescent opaque bead, 1 green jade colored bead right here, followed by again 1, 2, 3 of the opaque white beads, and again 1 jade colored green and 1 opaque white. Let me show you on our background here. It might be a little bit easier to see. There we go. So this is really lovely. Like I said, this is kind of a rose gold or perhaps a bronze colored setting. It is definitely a vintage piece. It has a clasp that's currently stuck. There we go. I'm not sure what the name of this type of clasp is, but it goes over the hoop right here and then folds up on itself and snaps shut like so. It is very secure. Once it's on, it's not going to go anywhere. And I will say, because this is an older piece, it will fit perhaps a smaller wrist than what we have today, but it will fit my wrist just fine. So even if you do have a little bit of a larger wrist like I do, it will still fit. It just will be a little bit more snug versus maybe perhaps a bit more flowy on a smaller wrist. But this is really beautiful. Personally, I really like how the smaller framing work right here is a thinner detail, and it fits almost like a wave pattern over the beads there in the middle. They are really lovely. This piece is quite sturdy. It has genuinely stood the test of time and is just a stunning piece. Really, really, really beautiful, if I do say so myself. This is one of my favorites, and it does sell for $30. Unfortunately, since it is a vintage piece, we can't get it in other colors. I'll have to check. We might have it in silver, if that would be more up your alley. So tell me, what are your thoughts on that? Not today. Okay. That is just fine, obviously. All right. So next we have a piece that looks a little vintage, but in actuality is not. This is a much more modern piece, but it is really lovely. As you'll see, there are rhinestones all the way around for a little bit of added sparkle. In my opinion, this filigree work looks a little bit like a butterfly. It's not, but that's just what it kind of reminds me of. All the way around there are pretty flowers, and it is an elastic band for the bangle itself, so it easily slips on. It's very comfortable to wear throughout the day. If you're writing, this will kind of collapse down around your wrist so it's not holding its shape and just kind of uncomfortable to write with or use a keyboard with. If for traveling, this again folds down. There's a hair there. Folds down really easily and is not a hassle to travel with at all. The fact that these are obviously not real diamonds or anything like that, but it does add a nice sparkle to your outfit if you are traveling. All the better. When I travel, I like to take my, again, I don't want to use the word costume jewelry, but faux jewelry, perhaps, so that I don't worry about it if I do lose it or misplace it or it falls off or what have you, or I lose a stone even. But this piece I have had for a little while, and all of the stones are still in it, so it's very well made. The craftsmanship is very nice. As you can hear, it is made of metal. It's not plastic. And all of the pieces are just lovely. It does come in the silver tone here on the floor model, but we do also have it in gold and bronze. So I am just excited to hear your thoughts on that. Of course, I'm so sorry. That sells for $15. Not today. No worries. All right. Now, my friend, we're moving into some of my favorite pieces that we have in this whole entire store. And again, as always, just because they're my favorite pieces does not mean they have to be your favorite pieces. We can have differing opinions, and that's just fine. This is in the mocha color. This is tuba gas. Slip-on bracelet, as you see, they are entwined in one, but it does consist of 3 bangles, I suppose. It just slips on over your wrist. They intertwine all together, and this is 18 gold plated over bronze. This bracelet is made in Italy, and not to worry, again with the keyboard or typing, it will squish down so it's not hard on your wrists or annoying. They do intertwine together, as I said, so they are not going to get lost. They do fit snugly over the wrist when you're putting them on, but once they're on your wrists themselves, they are quite comfortable to wear. They're very lightweight. They are, like I said, tuba gas construction, and they are made in Italy, which is just amazing and a lot of fun. Oh, you like my ring? Thank you. That's also made in Italy, since we're on that. But this is the mocha color. This is almost like a soft bronze or maybe a deeper rose gold. That is the color of the year this year, the mocha. So that is very popular. And because this is, the construction of this is so superior, I guess, if I could say that, made in Italy and of really fine materials. This is one of our more expensive pieces, but we do have it in this mocha color. We're going to see another color in just a moment. We also have it in gold, silver. We have it in a couple of tricolor varieties, so each one of the bangles is a different color. We have it in mocha, silver, gold, and we have it in black, silver, and gold as well. And I think those are all the variations we have. That's a lot though, but so what are your thoughts on that one? That one is selling right now for $100. Okay, no worries. I understand. not a problem. And again, if you change your mind later, you know where to find us. But this one is our black option of the same bracelet, same materials, of course, same setup, the whole thing. It just slips on over your wrist and is the tuba gas construction. It is quite squishy. It's a little hard to squish though, but there you go. Actually, that's a good representation of that. And you can see the interior construction. They are intertwined, like I said, and they just roll on over your wrist. Now I know stacking bracelets, like I mentioned, is very popular. So if you have these stacked on your wrist, that really does make quite a beautiful statement. They play together very well. The two colors that we have here on the floor really complement each other beautifully. I don't know if I mentioned this is in the color black. I think I did, but I'm not entirely sure. And I do want to make sure you know what the black looks like. It is ribbed all the way around on each one. And like I said, even though you have to kind of squish it to get it on over your wrist, it just pops back, right back to its natural shape. It is truly lovely, and it is metal. The black is rhodium plated bronze. So the mocha is 18 karat gold plated over bronze, and the black is rhodium plated. Just different materials, but this is really beautiful. These are some of my favorite pieces we have. So, what are your thoughts on those? Of course. No worries. All right, so now we're moving on to our tennis bracelets. Nope, we are not. I'm just kidding. I forgot we had one more little sneaky one in there. This one is also very stunning. It reads almost nautical to me. This is one of our heaviest. I think this is our heaviest bracelet. And it has a similar clasp to the vintage one. It has that snap closure there. This is our most nautical looking one. It is silver, very, very bright silver. Let me actually put it here on our display and show to you that way. There we go. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 knots. That's what I'm going to call them. They look like knots to me, but all up and down, linking together. They are ribbed and very heavy. As you can hear, it just puddles. It's very lovely. Even though it is a heavier bracelet, it's just very quality with its metal. We do have the necklace to match this if you were interested in that. The construction on the back side, as you can see, is very smooth. This will not pinch hair. This will not rip out hair. This will just sit very comfortably on the skin. My issue with this bracelet, if you could call it that, is if you do work with a computer and you're typing quite a bit, I know when I have to and I'm moving my hand around, it does tend to make a bit of noise on the desk as you're moving your hand back and forth, but honestly, this thing is built like a tank. As you can see here, the clasp just slides right over and then latches shut like that with a snap. But it's built like a tank, and you have a much higher risk of damaging your desk than you do this bracelet. But it just puddles, and that to me is a sign of a quality made bracelet. This is very, very lovely, and it's more of a statement bracelet. But you know, honestly, if you wanted to layer it, I think that could really make a very cool look. I would just kind of peek out every now and then as a fun little piece there. Because that is a heavier duty bracelet, that's again a little bit more expensive than our earlier options. That one sells for $50, and we do have it again that silver, and then we also have it in gold as well. So what are your thoughts on that? Not today. Okay. Of course. Oh, for a friend? Yes, we can definitely do that. Would you like it in the silver or the gold? The silver. Okay. Yeah, I think your friend would love that. And what a good friend you are. My goodness, that's very generous. Let me set that to the side then. You know, with the holidays coming up, personally, I shop year round. So if you can find a piece that's more unique that you like and you're thinking of your friend, it's absolutely the right time to get it. So now let's move on to our diamond tennis bracelets, shall we? We'll start with this one. It's so pretty. So as you can see, this bracelet has the box. As you can see, this one has the double box clasp safety clasps there, so it's not going to just fall off your wrist. And there's a small little button right here that you press down, and it causes it to unlatch. So let me set this up on our display so you can truly take in how stunning this bracelet is. This is a larger size, so if you like to have a little bit of a dangle with your tennis bracelet, this will certainly do that for you. This is a princess cut tennis bracelet. This over the entire bracelet. This is a 4-carat weight bracelet. The sparkle is unbelievable. This is rhodium plated sterling silver, but we do also have it in an 18-karat gold. And as you can see, just beautiful. It lays very nicely on the wrist and will definitely catch the light and the eye of everyone who happens to be nearby. The box plating on the back is open to allow all of the extra light to come in and just catch the light on the stones so that they absolutely sparkle. These are lab-grown diamonds, so my goodness, if they were natural diamonds, could you imagine the cost? But because they are lab-grown diamonds, and this just slides back in like so, snaps in, and then you close the latches on either side there. But they are lab-grown diamonds, so they are much more affordable, and the clarity and cut of them is just stunning, as you can see. This is, even though they are lab-grown diamonds, this is, again, one of our more expensive bracelets. This is on sale right now for $125. But, I mean, compared to a natural diamond, you're talking probably 10 times, if not more, the cost. But this is a really lovely way to get into the world of stones like this. Yes, we do, like I think I mentioned, we have it in gold as well as this silver. So, please, what are your thoughts on this one? Okay. Sure. No problem. Alrighty. Next, we have, this one's a little bit different. This is, again, a tennis bracelet. The word went right out of my head. This is a tennis bracelet. This is a brilliant cut tennis bracelet, and each stone is surrounded with a halo setting. Really lovely, and this has a 1 latch here for the secure. And then there's a latch on the side. So you'll see this one has the stone here that you press down right there. Press that down. This one has a latch here on the side that you press in and it comes undone like so. So let me get this here on our display. And you can see the circular cut here of each one that is surrounded with its setting. This is a brilliant cut bracelet. This is a carat weight here of 3.60, and it is in the rhodium plated sterling silver metal. And again, the settings on the back are open to let in all of the light so that these diamonds just sparkle and capture the light. However, it seems to be hitting on the wrist. This is in an average size, so this will sit a little bit snugger than the last one, which was a large. How beautiful. And if you wanted to layer these together, because again, layering is everything. Actually, I don't need to open that. I'll just slip it on like so. These layer beautifully. And my goodness, if you're sporting 2 diamond tennis bracelets, how fancy are you going to feel? The different cuts on them really add personality, I think. Rather than just having the same bracelet multiple times, you have the same style, just in different cuts and weights and sizes. These are beautiful. And again, these are lab grown, but don't sleep on lab grown. Don't let it fool you. It's a beautiful stone. That one currently is on sale for $75, if that piques your interest. Yes, we do also have that in gold. Oh, you'll take it. Wonderful. And the gold, of course. I am thrilled to hear that. And then again, to latch it closed, you just slide this piece into this and snap it closed, and then put the latch over right there. Set that one to the side for you. And then we have our last one. And as always, it is last but not least. This one is truly something special. This is a graduated diamond, so as you'll see, all the way through here, the stones are the same until you get to the middle when they step up in size ever so slightly. It has the double latch for the box clasp, and it is a snug fit, which is what you want. You don't want it to just swing off. There we go. And as with the others, there is the little button right here that you press, and it undoes. It opens up for you right there. So let me get this on our display so I can show you a little bit better without having myself in the background. But as you can see right here in the middle, the stones increase ever so slightly in size and then go back down. It's a very minor detail, but it is really just one that you have to notice and be up close and pay attention to. And those who enjoy tennis bracelets will absolutely notice this detail. It is made with the finest lab-grown diamonds, and it just sparkles and catches the light. Really, really beautiful. And again, my ring got caught. Okay. And again, the flexibility of this is just really, really beautiful. The back of the settings here are all open again to catch all of the light. And I think if you're going to go with a lab-grown diamond, you want to have it still be realistic. I mean, personally, for me, I think this one is beautiful, but it's a little bit large, I think, to be realistic for most people to be wearing. However, if you look at it with this bracelet next to it, I think the stones are a little bit more realistic for this one to possibly be a genuine diamond tennis bracelet, if that's what you're going for. Now, again, as I've mentioned several times, stacking bracelets is very in the moment. So if you were to buy all 3 of these and stack them together, that would be really beautiful. Or if I may do another suggestion, I think you might know where I'm going with this, but if you were to get the tuba gas bracelets, and well, before I show you, let me close this back up so I'll have 3 usable bracelets here. So again, to close it, simply slide that into this piece here and have it click, and then secure your arms on this box clasp, and that is 3 layers of security so that it's not going to fall off. But if you went with layering these pieces together, it's absolutely lovely just to have a little bit of sparkle pop out in between the layers of the tuba gas bracelets. And it almost looks more, I don't want to say like old money or careless, but maybe not as showy, to have it just kind of peek out every now and then when you are just walking, and it just kind of catches the eye, catches the light just a little bit, in my opinion. But, certainly wear it on its own, wear it layered. Just make sure you wear it, please, because there's no point in having such beautiful bracelets if they're just going to sit in a box for a one-day occasion. Someday this might happen. Someday I might have an event fancy enough to wear something like this. No, 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 no. These deserve and need to be worn. They are so beautiful. So this is the one we were talking about. I didn't want you to get confused with showing you all the other ones that we have had a look at so far today. We do have this in gold and silver. And I believe I mentioned, but if not, I want to definitely mention now, these are also the lab-grown diamonds. So again, not nearly as expensive as the natural stones, but my goodness, honestly, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless you were a gemologist. But so this one is on sale right now for $90. If that, influences your opinion one way or another. So what are your thoughts on this one? Not today. Between you and me, we do have some sales coming up on our tennis bracelets around Black Friday. If you want to come back and check then, I would encourage you to do so. I'm not going to say how much. I'm not at liberty, but it is a pretty substantial discount if you're interested. Okay, so what are your thoughts? Not today, of course. Okay, well, my friend, that is all that I have to show you today. Is there anything else you would like to revisit while we're here? Take another look at, perhaps? No, you're pretty set in what you have? Well, it is always such a pleasure to see you and spend time with you. If you have any questions or want a second look at something, you know where to find me. Okay, my friend? Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.